think I'm beautiful, don't you, Charlie Brown? You didn't answer me right away. You had to think about it first, didn't you? If you really had thought I was beautiful, you would have spoken right up. I know when I've been insulted. I know when I've been insulted.
女に恥をかかせて、あんたなんか最低。Je sais quand on m'insulte et je sais qu'on m'a bel et bien insulté. He sido insultada. Insultada.
Ich weiß, wann man mich beleidigt. Ich weiß, wann man mich beleidigt.
Okay. Hurry. Oh, misère.
Good grief.
We'll be right back with Good Grief, Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown really didn't need anybody to remind him that he was a nobody. But for 50 years, he had somebody anyway. Her name was Lucy Van Pelt. And when she first appeared in 1952, she was a cute little baby with big round eyes. But not for long.
Okay, it's my turn now. Schroeder, put those rose bushes at third base. Linus, put those geraniums at first and second. Sally, plant those daisies at home plate. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hello, stupid. Not again. Writing a letter to a stupid pumpkin? You make me the laughing stock of the neighborhood. All they talk about is my little brother, who always writes to the great pumpkin. You better cut it out right now or I'll pound you.
I think Lucy was maybe the first ever, the female character who was kind of a crab. And you see that now everywhere on TV and in the movies, and it became kind of a popular form. But Lucy was the first, and to me, she's still the best.
That's ridiculous.
I love Lucy because I love her rage. I love her. If I could scream in person, you know, I feel like I would scream like Lucy.
Okay, switch channels. Are you kidding? What makes you think you can come right in here and take over? These 5 fingers. Individually, they are nothing. But when I curl them together into a single unit, they become a fighting force, terrible to behold. Which channel do you want?
One of my favorite cartoons by Charles Schulz as a kid is, the punchline is Lucy turning to Charlie Brown and saying, I'm torn between the desire to create and the desire to destroy. And as a little kid, that was mind-boggling to me because I went, yes, I have these raging feelings inside me too. She's my favorite.
What do you want? I am a patient. I need advice. I have a serious problem. There's this little red-haired girl in my class. You see, and... Ha! I know your kind, Charlie Brown. It's men like you that make the world a rough place to live for beautiful girls like me. You men are all alike. You talk a lot of romantic nonsense. But do you ever discuss marriage? No!
All the time I was growing up, every comic strip that I ever read showed some little kid having a lemonade stand. And I was thinking about Lucy having a lemonade stand, but then I thought, no, what would Lucy have? She'd have a psychiatric booth, and that's how it began.
So I feel these tensions and all these pressures. So what should I do? Learn to relax. 5 cents, please. What? 5 cents for just that? Is the doctor in? No, I think she's way out. May I help you?
Charles Schulz did more than introduce psychiatry to the comics page. He popularized a new vocabulary.
Why, you blockhead? This is just the beginning.
One of the great things about Peanuts is the language and calling Lucy crabby.
Look out, everybody. I'm gonna be crabby for the rest of the day.
And a fuss budget.
Fuss budget. Fussbudget. Fuss budget. Hey, how'd he know that word?
We all know fuss budget. Some of us work with them. And I think there's a Lucy in every office, don't you think? Or 2 or 3.
disgraceful. I can't stand it. That's what I think of you and your stupid blanket.
Not even her little brother Linus is safe from Lucy's wrath. Maybe that's why Charles Schultz gave him a security blanket. An indestructible one.
And get rid of that stupid blanket. What's a Christmas shepherd gonna look like holding a stupid blanket like that?
Well, this is one Christmas shepherd who's going to keep his trusty blanket with him.
See?
You wouldn't hit an innocent shepherd, would you?
I believe that Linus and his security blanket is the best. I think this has had more impact than anything that has been in Peanuts.
Aren't you afraid of what the kids at school might say about that blanket? Do you have a nickel? Flip it into the air. They don't say very much.
I mean, it's something I think everybody can relate to. And if we don't have an actual literal security blanket, we're all carrying around an invisible one. I think for that alone, Charles Schultz deserves the Nobel Prize.
I'm completely fed up. I've never felt so low in my whole life. When you're in a mood like this, you should try to think of things you have to be thankful for. In other words, count your blessings. Ha! That's a good one.
And while Linus is known for his blanket, he's the one who usually provides the security.
I don't get half the breaks that other people do. Nothing ever goes right for me. And you talk about counting blessings. You talk about being thankful. What do I have to be thankful for? Well, for one thing, you have a little brother who loves you. Every now and then I say the right thing.
To Charles Schultz, thank you for a lifetime of enjoyment. You're not maybe a direct inspiration for Bart Simpson, but an indirect inspiration, and for that, I thank you, and I apologize.